Hello, how's it going?
Hey everyone, stay
Through the
hydrated.
week live. Andy is staying hydrated. I'm staying caffeinated.
Oh, you got one of the Giant Sports Direct mugs?
Yeah, before they closed it down.
Oh my god, I'm jealous.
So much tea can be contained in here. Hello, everyone.
Hey!
Let us know how you're doing. I've got the chat up here. Yeah, hope you're all doing well, staying safe, all that stuff. Wow, we've got a couple of new members already. Andy Score and Ruth EJ Booth.
Welcome. Thanks for joining.
Tom Titherington says, how is it you guys always look so stylish? How is it?
Well, I mean, definitely isn't the first time this week I've put on trousers.
Yeah, it varies drastically whether we're going to do a live stream or not of a day. My wardrobe varies wildly. The amount of hairbrushing that happens varies wildly according to whether or not I'm doing a stream today.
I tell you what.
But this new t-shirt, actually fresh
cool.
out of the bag, coin. So thank you very much for my Doom t-shirt. And I think that's an Insert Coin special you're wearing, aren't you?
Yeah, that's my Mass Effect Andromeda Initiative rocket tee, raglan tee. So
you got that from the program. Signed up.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got a life hack here for you, which is that I've put on shoes. I feel very professional.
I do that, Andy. I had no idea that you do that, but hang on. Shoes.
Oh my god!
I've slipped them off now, but whenever I've got like a video call, like a meeting, I put shoes on because I feel very weird talking to like senior colleagues.
I've got
while I've got bare feet under a desk.
I've got
put away.
They're not even seasonally appropriate.
Yeah, I know. Chaotic good.
I stumbled on the same life hack, which is put shoes on for a video call and it feels less weird. Yeah.
I think
good.
Just all be thankful that I have trousers on at the moment.
Chaotic bad.
Chaotic.
We don't know you've got trousers on. We know socks on.
I transitioned from my
swiftly along.
I transitioned from my
I
more padded gown to a more summer gown as the weather has changed this week of working. Timu Pulkkinen is also a new member. Welcome.
Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining.
It's this whole working from home thing. Getting used to it, I guess. I mean, we do it a lot, but it just seems all a bit more chaotic at the moment because every single interaction has to be a video call, including Show the Week Live.
Yeah.
It's all a bit of a transition, but we're getting there, I think, and hopefully you guys are too. Getty Star says, 3 cheers to the #1 stream team. Stream team, I like it.
Cheers.
And Zanzibar White says, here's a little something to show my appreciation. Oxbox spreading the love and not the germs. Yes, correct. We are all isolating.
Keeping our germs to ourselves.
Keeping our germs inside.
I've never felt healthier, but that's because I've not been anywhere in like
weeks.
Clearly, just being...
You've never felt healthier?
Yeah. Clearly being exposed to, like, I don't know, the tube or something was very, very bad for me. I feel good.
Oh, okay. That's what was bringing you down all this time.
Yeah.
I want to shout out a comment from Josh Purini here, who says, just wanted to say thanks for the Comic Sans pun yesterday for my Animal Crossing island.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Was that one from you, Andy?
Oh, I just put in all the ones. You asked me to put in the ones from our brainstorm session.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So I was streaming 2 Point Hospital yesterday, and someone in the live chat, I assume Josh maybe, said, what do you have any pun island name suggestions? And it just so turned out that we had brainstormed a massive number of island names, and some of them were going spare. So Comic Sans it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, calling it a brainstorm makes it sound a lot more professional than it was. I think it was just everyone woke up in the morning and it was Animal Crossing Day and everyone was really excited and no one wanted to do any actual work.
It was a brainstorm.
Well, we got some value. Josh Pierini got some value out of it. So
yeah, pun brainstorms are my favourite kind of brainstorms. The stakes are so low.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Angel Beat says, does this fall under phoning it in? Yeah, we're phoning it in.
Absolutely.
Phoning everything in, phoning my entire life in at the moment. Rick Knight in the comment says, yay, first time I've showed it live. Yeah, I'll try to stay awake. You guys are brilliant, bringing me so much calm and happy. Well, hello, greetings to you, Australia, at 4 a.m.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well past your bedtime.
We've been trying to stream quite wholesome stuff, haven't we? Like House Flipper and...
I don't know if you've seen James 2 Point Hospital streams.
It's supposed to be wholesome, but yeah. It's not wholesome when Jane plays, but it is supposed to be, at least. Luke Teasman says, hey, Oxbox, happy lockdown. Loving all the pacifist streams. There you go. So calming and super chill. Please continue. Us online workers are slammed, right? Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, here we go. Here's a good segue from Andrew Carlson, who says, ready for Half-Life Alyx and possibly of Half-Life 3. I have been playing Half-Life Alyx, as it happens.
Show off with your VR setup.
Yeah, I know. It's really good. Oh my god, you guys, it's really good. I've got some footage. So I'm going to put the footage up on screen now. So what everyone watching can see is me in my bedroom, waving my hands around and playing Half-Life Alyx. It's incredible. It looks stunning. It's like the most sort of beautifully realized VR world I've ever seen. The level of detail is crazy. You know how City 17 is sort of like full of clutter and things like that. You know, it's just full of, like, I was picking up and inspecting a VHS tape. I was like, I've not seen one of these in about a decade. And
there's some incredibly complicated gloves you're wearing.
Yeah. So the great thing about the gloves is obviously the gravity gun in Half-Life 2 was amazing and sort of life-changing and game-changing in a very literal sense, in that loads of games ripped it off. So this has these gloves called the Russells, right? Named after the guy who invented them. They're basically gravity gun gloves, and you can flick things towards you with like a flick of your wrist.
Oh,
so
cool.
You're basically just like Jedi Force pulling things to yourself the whole time. Unfortunately, at this point in the game, I ended up having to like manhandle a zombie out of a window.
Oh, no.
No.
I mean, it looks fairly gross in this footage, but imagine that all close to your face with the kind of glistening skin and its head wobbling around and things like that.
No, thank you. Oh, you're touching its
really
head.
My stomach.
I know, it's really unpleasant.
I found it really gruesome.
It's horrible.
Andy Kelly, games journalist Andy Kelly, had got a head crab and was like holding it by its pincers and was like waggling it around. It was gruesome.
Man, you are really getting all over this zombie.
Yeah.
Oh, stop touching it. Oh, it's pocket.
It's a horrible game. It's like basically a horror game. Like, it's full of really disgusting, gross stuff that's all up in your face. And a lot of kind of familiar enemies like headcrab zombies and stuff. But they kind of move slower this time around. But they kind of need to, because it's so terrifying. And also you're kind of trying to physically use a gun like you would in real life. So you've got to, when you run out of ammo, you've got to eject the magazine and pick a new one out of your backpack and stick it in the gun and pull the slide and stuff. And when you're doing that, when there's a zombie coming up towards you, it's absolutely terrifying. And then the head crabs themselves, obviously it being VR, if one sticks to your face, you get a face full of its horrible, like, head crabby, squidgy bits. It's really disgusting. So yeah, it's the best, like, horror VR. It's probably the best VR game I've played. It's so well thought out. And I guess that's the sort of Valve thing, isn't it? It's that if you take years and years and years to make your games, they tend to be quite good because they sort of prototype them and sort of work on them. The head crabs look like uncooked Christmas turkeys.
Oh,
it's really gross. And they're about the same size.
How is the...
Sorry, carry on.
I was going to say, how is the shooting?
It's good. The ammo is very, very scarce. So, and it can take quite a few shots to bring down a headcrab zombie. So yeah, it's a lot of that kind of resi style ammo conservation and things like that. So here's a headcrab, and I'd kind of gotten a bit brave at this point. And so it was kind of jumping, and you can grab them by their pincers out of midair while they're still alive, and kind of sort of grab them and kind of shoot them in front of you. It's really, really. The physics are amazing.
No.
So you can kind of grab them and basically sort of execute them like that. So yeah, it's
that's kind of cute when it's like waddling away.
It is sort of adorable, but yeah, when you're actually in there and when it's the size of literally a Christmas turkey, it's really, really unpleasant, basically. So yeah, very, very impressed. The physics are what.
Oh no!
In sort of the same way as Half-Life 2, the physics are what makes it. Basically, it's that's the difference. So loads of VR games have sort of little bits of physics and stuff, but the way everything interacts, and you can put items in other objects and things like that. It's so well put together, and it's clearly the sort of result of years and years and years of work. So it's a shame.
I saw everyone playing with magic markers. Did you play with the felt pens on the window?
Yes, I did. Yeah. It's one of the first things you do. So you're in this kind of safe house and looking out over City 17. When you go in, there's a bunch of markers, and you can just draw on the glass, and it's
Yeah,
just
you could draw anything you wanted.
I know.
Oh, sure, but when Duke Nukem Forever does it, everyone makes fun of it. But when it's Half-Life, suddenly it's a genius game mechanic.
Yeah, I think the VR difference, it does make a difference because the level of precision you have over it is again amazing. It's worthy of the Half-Life name. It's not a gimmick. It's a full-sized game. That I think it lasts.
So you haven't finished yet?
No, not at all. No, I'm only a couple of hours in, I think maybe, and it's about 12 to 15 hours, depending on how much you explore and things like that. So it's a real bit of a
One
game.
more thing I wanted to ask was, how's the writing? Because I know a lot of Valve's writers left relatively recently.
It's good. It's good. I don't know whether they were those guys that left had sort of written the script like a long time ago, because I know the game's been in development for a long time. But there's your main contact is a guy called Russell, and he's a sort of eccentric kind of inventor type guy. He used to work at Black Mesa, and he's voiced by Rhys Darby, who played Murray in Flight of the Conchords, and was in What We Do in the Shadows as the kind of werewolf guy. And he's really, really funny and just charming, and he's basically playing Murray again. And he's great. Yeah, he's really good companion to have along with you, and the writing is really entertaining. There's one bit where you're like, you get the gun and you've done your kind of gun practice, and the next place to go is to shoot a padlock off a chain link fence and sort of walk out, and you shoot it, and he's like, oh yeah, I did have the key for that. I probably should have given you that as well. So it's that kind of level of like, even though it's a horror game and it's very, very tense, it's got those kind of like light-hearted, sort of uplifting moments to kind of break the tension as well. So it's great. It's a Valve game. It's the sort of Valve game that we have been waiting sort of years and years for. But I think it's a shame that more people aren't going to play it. But also, it is a compelling reason if you've been kind of on the fence and you have a sort of half-decent PC to pick up a VR headset. It's that good, and it's been getting great reviews as well.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, Jane and I have been playing something a bit less high-tech.
Yes, slightly.
Yeah, but it's Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Yeah, I've got a bit of footage of Luke's live stream where you came in. Well, he arrived at your island, right? And he was looking for nuggets.
Yes, yeah. He wanted to come to my island and strip mine it for all my natural resources.
Right.
I see. Jokes on him.
A sort of Dia de los Muertos face paint job going on.
Yeah. That's my kind of.
I love that he's wearing a wraparound towel in the rain.
I know.
Yeah, soggy.
Oh god, it's going to get really waterlogged, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jane, what point are you at with your Animal Crossing island?
You know what?
Why don't you
what
tell
with the lockdown, what with the social distancing and self-isolating, I thought I would have nothing but time to play Animal Crossing, and yet I've really neglected my island. I actually haven't had as much time as I thought I would, because it turns out I'm still working a normal work day. So I have a little bit of time in the evenings to just do the basics, just harvest the fruit and pick up some sticks off the ground. But I haven't gotten a great deal of the way into it. I've got a house instead of a tent. Yeah. And I've not gotten a great deal further than that, I'm sad to say.
I can beat you because I haven't even set my island up yet. I've bought the game, it's downloaded to my Switch, and I haven't actually started playing it. So
well. I can help boost you.
Andy, where are you at? How is your island?
I've paid off a couple of the mortgages now. I've got 2 rooms in my house. So I've got a separate bedroom and a living room. I've got all the fruits. I've got 2 residents have moved in. I'm just waiting for a 3rd one to move in tomorrow. And then I'll have the upgraded visitor centre to go with my nice museum. It's all, I've got a lot going on.
There's a visitor centre? Wow. I've got the museum. I do have the museum.
Yeah. But I'm not like spending all my time on it, but sort of a session in the morning.
I tell you what is nonsense and why I have got so little done. The shop closes at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. You can
10 o'clock at night is the time I turn to my Animal Crossing and go, right, I better do my Animal Crossing maintenance now.
You can drop stuff off in the box and sell it that way.
Yeah, but it's not the same. I don't get to see their little faces, their little Nook faces.
Little Nook faces. That is true. That's a compelling reason. But yeah, I think like the main reason to play it now for me is to decorate my house exactly like the Disneyland Haunted Mansion. And then once I've done that, I can stop playing. That's going
Is
to
there
take
a
a while.
specific furniture set that's like Spooky Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, there must be. People keep tweeting me pictures of like weird candles and haunted mirrors and things. So
Nice.
once I've got all that
Lots
stuff,
of interesting, like artwork and stuff as well. I've seen a few bits of OX artwork and sort of QR codes, which we should probably collate and sort of
Yeah.
share around at some point.
I've got an outside Xbox logo duvet on my bed.
Nice.
So-
Aww.
Why do we not make those?
I know, right? Get on Teespring.
Ruth Garden Guide in the comments asks, have you guys found a tarantula yet? They keep finding me. I tell you what, they spot me a mile off.
You know, they sell
They're
for
savage.
8,000 bells if you catch one.
I did catch one, but obviously I had to give it to bloody Blathers, didn't I? So
Who's buying tarantulas and what are they planning?
he's a museum curator. He buys bugs and dinosaurs and fish.
Imagine, yeah, Tom
But he
Nook.
hates bugs. He hates
Tom
bugs
Nook
so
gets
much.
back to
and
the
yet he
shop and he's
collects
like,
them.
hey, nephews, what have you bought today? And they're like, we bought 10 tarantulas for 80,000 bells. He's like, we're
Yeah.
bankrupt and the house is full of tarantulas. It's like the worst of both worlds. Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing. It's really good fun. It's really nice to go over to other people's islands and just sort of wander around, and your characters can be within 2 meters of each other. That's fine.
Yeah,
Aw.
that's true actually. Yeah. It's sort of, I've seen people saying it's sort of the perfect game for the situation we're in at the moment because it gives the sort of simulation of going outside and doing something else. I suppose like both the games we've talked about, Half-Life Alyx and Animal Crossing, are sort of ways to escape. One is to a very pleasant, nice island. The other is an extremely immersive way to escape to a situation that's even worse than the one you're currently in. So then when you take the headset off, you feel slightly better about just being trapped in your home. At least that's the way I'm reasoning it.
Yeah, that sounds
Oh
fun.
yeah, let's have a look at some more comments. Going back to the wearing the shoes thing, Can't Stop the Bees says, pro tip, I have slippers with hard soles, which I've been wearing even during virtual meeting. Gives the feelings of shoes without shoes, basically. So slippers
Nice.
with hard soles, good tip.
Nice. Yeah. Indoor shoes.
We've got a very generous donation from Hunter M too, so thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
And James Tanner says, the pants or no pants dilemma faced by every work from homer. I'm not sure I would bother if I didn't have a video meeting every morning. I draw the line at shoes though. There you go, trousers. Trousers is enough of a sack.
Depends how far the camera is pointed, I suppose, whether you can get away with the pants or no pants.
Or if you do a big lean, like that.
Yeah, that would be horrifying.
Exposed.
Oh, here we go. Michael Jones says, hey guys, currently at work at New Cross Hospital. Just wanted to thank you all for keeping us entertained during this difficult time. Well, thank you, Michael, for your work at New Cross Hospital. Obviously, NHS staff are absolutely at the front line of this stuff. And yeah, like, I mean, you know, I find it scary enough going out to the shops and things. So, it's a real sacrifice to be out there working every day to sort of get people healthy. So thank you. For that.
And also thank you to everyone who's just like working as usual in the grocery store or in the pharmacy. You know, equally dicey, I suppose. Front line kind of workers. Not equally, but I'm grateful for what you do.
Yeah, oft forgotten important people. Robin Simpson says, not sure I'm going to enjoy watching my husband play this now. That's Half-Life Alyx, I assume, is a reference to Animal Crossing. Although tarantulas also terrifying, probably.
They are. They hiss. They run at you. It's terrifying.
It's so aggressive. I had not expected them to be as aggressive. The first time I caught a tarantula, it was pretty much out of like a panic reflex, and I just happened to have like a net in my hand at the same time. So.
Yeah. I did that with the wasps. When the wasps attacked me, I panicked and had a net. Caught a wasp. Yeah.
No way.
Caffeinated Tactician says, hello, Big Jane and Andy and Mike. I assume Big Jane is just because you're at the top. You're at the top.
No, Big Jane is a reference to the stream I did in 2 Point Hospital yesterday. Where so Big Jane is the full screen webcam, and Little Jane is when I'm in picture down in the corner of the screen. But for about 20 minutes, I forgot I was Big Jane, and I was just playing the game while taking up most of the screen and obscuring everyone's view. So that's Big Jane being the right dummy.
It was about 4.
I've got control of the size of all of us at the moment, so I'll keep us.
So you can make us too tiny.
You are on top, though, Jane, this week.
Yes, on top. Yes. These two down here.
Ow. Off. Ow. Stop it.
You can drop heavy things here and here.
A generous donation from Athena the Wild, who says, "Hi y'all, thanks for all the streams. Can't wait for this one, but trying to spread myself between both you and Oxtra. Want to say how much watching you all has helped me through the long days, and I hope you're staying safe and healthy." We are, thank you. I hope you're staying safe and healthy as well. And thank you for sticking with us and Oxtra and keeping us both busy.
Can you believe it's only Wednesday?
No, not at all. Yesterday I tweeted, "I regret to inform you it's still Tuesday," and loads of people were like, "Oh, what?" Some people were like, "I had to check my phone to make sure you weren't lying."
Unbelievable.
What do you think makes it feel like it's much later in the week? Why is that? Why am that?
I think just like lack of structure, isn't it? And you know, like everyone's week has like little bits of difference across it, and it just like I think with the weekends just sort of blending in as well, it just feels like never ending. Basically, I can't believe it's only been a week since we last did this. It feels like ages ago.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah, so it's a bit strange, but yeah, I retweeted a thread from Dr. Teen Corvette earlier today, which was about sort of mental health and things to do when you're stuck at home, and making sure everyone's sticking together. So yeah, keep an eye on your mental health as well. Obviously, it's a challenging thing to be sort of confined indoors, and you know there are different levels of confinement and stuff. But yeah, look after yourselves.
Cool. Good advice. I'll check it out.
Yeah, she's great. So Tom Butler says, "Finally able to catch one of these from the beginning, only able to listen rather than watch because apparently plant tag production is considered essential. So I'm tuning in from work." Well, if it's considered essential, thank you for doing it.
Yeah.
I do not know what that is, but that's fine. Like tags on plants, on like the plants you buy, or
you might buy the wrong plants if you didn't have the tags on them. So
that's true. That's true. Athena the Wild says, "Andy, your reaction to Luke in a towel had me howling."
Yeah, he turned up at my island in a towel. I'm like, dude, you maybe want to put some clothes on before you come over to my island. Like, just,
that means he was on a passenger plane in a towel. He
sat there the whole way. Imagine being sat next to that on your commuter flight.
And they let him fly like that.
Yeah. Honestly.
Well, they make you take most of your clothes off at security anyway, so why not save some time?
This was just so he could just flash everyone and be like, "Look, I'm carrying nothing. I'm fine. Yeah. I'm fine to fly."
Really speeds up the security process if you can just.
When all you're wearing is a towel.
Quickly reveal your naked form, and they're like, "Yep, no weapons on you," and you go.
Anyway, what have you been up to this week?
So I've been getting much more into Game Pass because I don't know if you know, Mike, Game Pass is actually good. I was like, Game Pass, yeah, whatever, Microsoft. It's another one of your pyramid schemes you're trying to sell me on. But then I
stop trying to make Game Pass happen.
Yeah, but then I got some free Game Pass from an event we went to. They had these little cards which had some Game Pass on it. I was like, all right, fine. I'll download Game Pass. And it's actually super good. So
we've got some games on the screen, and there's some good stuff in there, like Batman Arkham Knight.
So it's like Netflix, but for video games that you download, and you've got access to them as long as you're a Game Pass member. So they've got like Yakuza 0 is on there, which is one of my favorite games I played recently. Jane, all your Life is Strange is on there, Jane, and your 2 Point Hospital.
And New Vegas.
Bunch of Fallout stuff, Metal Gear Solid 5, like a bunch of...
Brothers was brilliant. If you didn't play Brothers, you should get on that. Yeah.
Your Goose Game, your Witcher 3, it's got a ton of stuff on there.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
And, you know, what better time to try a bunch of games that you wouldn't normally try than when, you know, you're stuck at home and you need something to do. So I've been sort of downloading and trying out a bunch of different games to kind of see what catches my eye, see what I fancy playing. So I'm going to recommend a few that I've been enjoying.
All right.
Your mileage may vary depending on how into cowboys and pinball you are.
Okay.
I'm obviously very into both those things. But so the first game that I wanted to recommend is a game called Demon's Tilt.
Right.
So it's a pinball game, and I love pinball. So I'm always looking for new pinball games to play. And Demon's Tilt is awesome. It's kind of like a...
pixel art.
It's like a heavy metal album cover from the 80s, but it's also a pinball table.
Okay.
It's got the same sort of art style as like the old Psygnosis Amiga games, if anyone remembers those. But the game it describes itself as occult pinball, which for a start is amazing. But there's only one table as well, but it's like it's like 3 tables stacked on top of each other, and you can sort of transition between the 3 different tables by shooting into the right channels. And the way that it works is when you meet challenges such as like hitting specific pins or going like through a particular channel, you start like rituals which alter parts of the board, and like different enemies will come in, and it like boost your scores and multipliers. Like you'll get launched around onto an anvil, and your ball will just be hammered by a hammer for like 20 seconds while the music crescendos in the background. And it's got kind of like bullet hell elements to it as well. Like the different monsters will shoot bullets onto the table, which will sort of knock your ball off course. And yeah, there's kind of like shoot 'em up elements as well, and you're trying to like destroy parts of the table to take out all the different like occult creatures that are on it. It's just got a really awesome aesthetic. The music's really good. It reminds me of those kind of old Amiga era pinball games,
Pinball Dreams and stuff like that.
Yeah, Pinball Dreams, Pinball Fantasies, those kind of things. And yeah, I really like pinball games, and although there's only one table, I've been playing it over and over and over again, and having a really good time with it. So I would recommend Demon's Tilt. That's one I've been enjoying.
Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. What else you got?
Nice.
The next thing I wanted to recommend is Disneyland Adventures, because being stuck inside is bad. So why not just run around Disneyland in the sunshine? Because
sounds good.
Yeah, because Disneyland is great, and I love it. Yeah, so this game came out in 2017. It was originally a Kinect game, but now it's on Game Pass for free, and you can just play on your controller.
It came out for 360 before that, though, right? It came out for like original Kinect.
Yeah. Back
and
in.
Then they re-released it in 2017 on.
Like now, it's time to shine for Kinect Adventures.
Looks good.
I mean, Disneyland Adventures.
For like Kinect games, now is the time. Just change them to regular controller control and put them on Game Pass.
Obviously, right?
No,
I mean, no one is, obviously. But,
okay,
so
right.
Like, the park looks great, but what are the kind of ride mini games like?
Yeah, so like I think it's aimed at kids, so it's something you can maybe play if you've got kids to entertain. But it's also just nice to sort of walk around the park and be in the sunshine and like look at things. But yeah, there's just mini games everywhere. You can do the fireworks display. It's like a sort of rhythm action thing, or you can conduct the bands, and then the different attractions have got like little games. So like the Haunted Mansion one, you have to sneak around busting ghosts. The Pirates of the Caribbean one, you're going like down a sort of whitewater rapids in a boat with a pirate character collecting stuff. It's just a bunch of like very low effort mini games that you can just sort of relax and go around collecting things, and you go around collecting like autographs from the characters, doing fetch quests for people, picking up teapots from the Mad Hatter.
Oh, that's where we had that churro.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like it's so detailed. It looks like a really intense like sim game. Like
right, like you've just
you know what I mean?
You've built this in theme park, and now you're running around in first person view.
Yeah, a really advanced theme park game. Yeah.
Well, that's what we need now. Now that 2 Point Hospital's out, we need a theme park game that is as good as 2 Point Hospital.
Yeah,
we were saying that on the stream the other day. But
the other good thing about this is that when the park finally reopens and we're all allowed back out into the world, you can use it to plan which ride you're going to sprint to when you next go to Disneyland.
Yeah, you can. It's basically a like time capsule recreation of the Disney park in like 2015 or something. So it doesn't have like Galaxy's Edge or anything like that. But as you can see, I'm just checking out the Haunted Mansion over here. So if you wanted to plan your exact perfect sprint route from Main Street to the Haunted Mansion, you can do that. You can totally do that. I think we're going to...
This kid here that you're playing, Andy, this child you're playing as has really like evaded his parents.
He's fully got away from his parents. If they were ever with him in the first place, they may have just dropped him at the entrance and gone off to one of the many fine bars around Anaheim. Just loading up one of the mini games. This is the.
I'm sorry,
you stopped it already. Okay, well, I was gonna be a bit of the Haunted Mansion. That's fine. Who cares about the Haunted Mansion? No one. I don't certainly. Okay, the next game.
Oh no!
I want to recommend is Pikuniku. Did either of you play this when it came out?
No.
I heard about it.
Weird legs.
It looks amazing. Very charming.
It's really charming, and it's just the sort of perfect game for when you're sitting around bored, because it's very colourful, it's very simple, and it's very funny. It's got really kind of weird... It reminds me a bit of Katamari, both in the art style and the sort of like absurdity of everything. So it's like a puzzle platformer. You play a character called the Beast, who is this little red guy with legs who sort of runs. He's just the running animation is one of the best things about it. It's so sort of flaily. And your main way of interacting with things is just like hoofing them with one of your long dangly legs.
Yeah.
So you just sort of run around kicking things and talking to people. And it's hilarious. And it's always introducing like new game mechanics and then just like immediately just chucking them out the window and ignoring them.
Nice.
There's a little bit of Metroidvania in there. You collect like different hats that let you get to different parts of the game and like a bunch of secrets. And it's just very funny and bizarre and sort of in that Keita Takahashi Katamari Damacy kind of vein. It's quite short as well. It's only about 3 hours, I think. I've not finished it yet, but from what I understand, it's quite a short game. So
this is Game Pass, right?
Yeah, I think so. I remember it came out on the Switch last year, I think. And I've been sort of holding off on playing it. I really wanted to play it, but I've been holding off for like a flight or something. But then it turned up on Game Pass, and I was like, well, I may as well. Yeah. And it's really good fun. It's totally lived up to my expectations. I would definitely recommend Pikuniku. And the last game that I would like to recommend is a game called Westerado Double Barreled.
Okay.
To see if you can guess what kind of game this
Cowboy
is.
time.
Cowboy.
Yeah, Pixel Cowboys. So obviously, you love a cowboy game.
Yep.
Westerado Double Barreled is very much that. It's got your classic cowboy story. Your family is killed. You come back to the burning ranch. And, yeah, and you need to find out who did it, and it's randomly generated each time who the villain is. So the story changes every time you play it. You need to go around doing like good deeds or like menacing people, intimidating people to get clues as to who the person is that killed your family. And every time you do one of these quests for someone, they'll remember like another detail about them. So they'll be like, I remember his hat had a wide brim, or he had an evil grin on his face. And it's kind of like a sort of Western Guess Who. You sort of flick down all of the suspects until you sort of hone in on the person who did it. But it's got some interesting shooting mechanics in it, in that you have to draw your gun and then you have to cock it and fire it manually.
Wow!
So you can't move when you're doing that. So it's quite tense when you get into a gunfight with someone. But also you have to like manually reload each bullet with the left trigger. So it's actually quite tactical in the combat. But the other thing is that you can just pull your gun on anyone during a conversation. There's just a button at any point to just pull a gun out. And you can just shoot anyone at any point, or accuse them of being your family's murderer, even if you have no evidence whatsoever.
Ah, great! Like you play Pluto.
you just walk into the first town, walk up to the first person, go, "You did it," shoot them, and then
game over.
Decide that that's your game. That's how the West was run.
It's a real time saver.
Yeah, it really is.
How does each sort of cycle take to find the murderer? Is it quite short, or have you completed one, or are you still...
It depends on the evidence that you're getting for the different. I haven't finished one yet, but I've been playing for a couple of hours and I've got it pretty narrowed down. So I don't think it's like super long again, but it's because it's randomly generated each time. It's got quite a high kind of replay value to it.
Yeah.
And it's got a really nice banjo and guitar soundtrack as well. So
nice.
I love that pixel art style. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
I also like that all the dialogue is written in that kind of cowboy speak. It's not like I'm. It's like and ma.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and your health system in it is hats. So when you get shot, your hat falls off, and you put another hat on. And then you're invincible while you still got hats. But when you run out of hats, then if you get shot, you die.
Oh no!
I see.
So it's like putting hats on over and over again, and then dying. So
it's lovely. Yeah, it looks really good.
So that was Westerado Double Barreled is the other game that I would recommend. So those are the ones I've been playing on Game Pass this week, keeping myself busy.
Yeah, now's definitely a good time if you're sitting at home not doing very much to pick up Game Pass. It's like it's almost it's difficult to say this without. I know we're an Xbox channel, but it's definitely the best like deal in gaming. Like there are loads of other sort of little services and things, but nothing does quite the same thing as Game Pass, which just gives you this massive library of some pretty big games.
Yeah.
That you can just download and play at your leisure. So yeah, it's very very good. Let's see what the comments are saying. Aleki says, I've been using my Game Pass to play Outer Worlds. Right, so Outer Worlds came out day and date on Game Pass. Even though it's not an Xbox, it's not like a Microsoft published game. But yeah, like last year when Outer Worlds came out, you could either buy it in a box or you could just pay your Game Pass subscription and play it like that.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is on there.
Yes, they added that recently, right? So yeah, if you somehow haven't
the
that.
first one, Wolfenstein 2, the New Colossus is on there. Like a bunch of really big games.
Yeah, I saw some good racing games on there. Dirt Rally 2's on there.
Forza Horizon 4.
Very cool, very, very cool. A new member, Ash, welcome. Enjoy your emoji and things.
There's a question from the comments there, Mike. Is Game Pass for PC as well? And it is, isn't it? There is a version. There's
a PC version. It's a separate subscription, but then you can get a subscription that bundles the two together. That's a little bit more expensive. But yeah, Game Pass is on PC as well. So if you have a PC, I don't know if the selection's quite as good on PC as it is on Xbox at the moment. But I guess they only announced it at E3 last year that it was coming to PC. So I think they're still sort of spinning up the sort of selection there. And I guess they have more control over Xbox than they do over sort of PC. So it might be a bit more difficult to kind of, basically they've got to negotiate these deals with the publishers to get their game. Essentially for
Caitlin, sorry, finish your thought.
Just that they have to, these deals have to be negotiated, and it must be quite to persuade someone like Bethesda to give away a game that's not that old for £7 a month or whatever it is. So.
Right. Caitlin, I'll see in the comments notes that Kingdom Hearts 3 is on Game Pass, Andy, so you can finally get yourself into Kingdom Hearts.
Or into something else.
Yeah. I suppose I've got the time to try and understand the lore now.
If you can't understand it now, you're never going to understand it.
It's true. Adar Lion Dragon Bear says, the only good thing about being laid off is getting to catch these streams live, sending virtual love from isolation in the US. Sorry to hear that, and I hope when all this sort of blows over and things, you're able to find another job soon. That sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah, sorry to hear it.
But stay safe out there. Nick Diego is a new member. Nick Jeffrey says, I'm working from home for the NHS on the IT service desk. It is so busy. And a lot of this is people trying to work from home for the first time. Yeah, I think a lot of kind of companies have sort of had to do a fairly short, sharp transition to becoming an online only sort of service. But I think we were just sort of lucky in that we'd already started doing these kind of live streams anyway. And we just sort of felt lucky with the timing that we've been able to do this stuff. So thankful for that. Gentleman,
I just noticed kicking off in the chat saying, "Join us, Andy. Join us and play Kingdom Hearts. Break the Heartless."
Never.
Thank you.
Never. Nick Jeffrey.
Thanks for moderating the chat, by the way, Ellen. Thanks for sticking around in the live chat.
Gentle Mandrill says, hey guys, a bit late because of dinner. How are you? And since I learned this word from Jane yesterday, what's everyone's quarantini? What is everyone's quarantini?
Oh, it's any drink that you drink.
Quarantine is any drink you choose to drink under quarantine or in isolation.
For me, it was...
So for me, it's tea right now.
Yeah, I guess mine's tea at the moment. It was beer, but then I drank all my beer. So I'm out of beer.
I'm drinking water. But I got another lovely beer delivery from the Hackney Brewery.
Right.
So
from Hackney Brewery, yes.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing good.
Yeah, I've in desperation, I've resubscribed to Beer 52, so nice. I will be getting deliveries.
Are they accepting new subscribers?
Beer 52? Yeah, wow. They're still delivering. They're still doing their stuff. Actually, the government recently in the UK decided that off licenses are an essential service and will remain open.
Yeah, they are.
Agree.
You're damn right there. But yeah.
That's good to know because I've got a collection of gins, but nothing to mix them with, and I'm not quite at the stage where I can drink neat gin. So
no,
could mix it with beer.
Gin and beer. Yes, yeah. Quarantini. It's good word. Good word. In Felix Soror says, my students say it's like the timeless days between Christmas and New Year, but worse because they still have to learn philosophy.
Oh, yeah, it is like that.
Philosophy is like, I'd hate to be learning maths. Probably maths was my weak point at school, I think.
I think I've learned all the philosophy I need to know from watching The Good Place.
Right, yeah, just do that. That could be the assignment. Assign the students to watch
Binge on Netflix. Yeah.
Cool. Jared Trim says, joined late, gonna restart VOD. I did a science. Yeah. Start from the beginning. It's the joy of YouTube. And Lionel L says, just follow the gang on Twitter. Why is Mike the only one without a blue check? I don't know.
On Twitter?
Yeah, I don't have a blue check.
I don't have a blue check.
Yeah.
Do I have a blue check? Wait, hang on. I'm going to check.
If you do, they did it without you knowing.
Maybe. No, definitely no blue check for Jane.
You guys know what you did.
Yeah. We're just not legit.
No.
I am. I've got a blue check.
I don't have a blue check.
I never go on Twitter.
I'm sure if
I know why I've got a blue check.
That's why you've got a blue check. They want you so badly on Twitter. They're trying to entice you.
We'll give you a blue check.
Alex H says, best of luck to all of you. With the lockdown, this month has felt like a full year with earthquakes and pandemics and all. But here we are. Will there be Stream Docs Venture as no one can meet up? Will there be a Stream Docs Venture?
Well, yes. Jane was telling everyone yesterday on her stream that there will be.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it will be a bit like this. It'll be sort of online and things. We're not going to get in the same. We're not going to assemble 6 people in the same room together because that would be.
But costumes. There will be costumes.
Will happen.
Costumes.
Some sort of
tricorn.
Oh, I don't have any of my kit with me.
Yar. It'll be like this.
Yeah. There you go.
Yar, matey.
It fits so well over your headset, Andy.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's good.
Yes, we are looking into doing a Livebox Venture. I'm fairly confident that we can pull it off and we'll give it a go, and hopefully you'll be forgiving if there are technical issues.
Well, tomorrow Jane and I will be playing an RPG with Dicebreaker.
Yeah, it's like a space one, right? Space RPG?
Yeah, some kind of.
It's called Lasers and Feelings. It's a space RPG, sort of a Star Trek style RPG with lasers and feelings.
Okay.
We're going to make some characters after this. We're going to get together and fight together.
I've got my character. I'm a savvy scientist.
Okay.
Very good.
I'm like Chief Science Officer.
All right,
which Star Trek is that? Tell me in Star Trek. Not that I've watched that much Star Trek.
Specific Star Trek. I'm going to channel all the iconic science officers. I'm going to be. I'm watching a lot of Voyager at the moment. That's where social isolation has brought me. I'm watching Star Trek Voyager on Netflix, and realizing how much I enjoyed that. So I'm going to be channeling my icon Ensign Harry Kim off of that.
Yeah. Nice. I'm going to be an incredibly reckless starfighter pilot, I think.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
So you're going to be like a Han Solo type, but in Star Trek.
But yeah, even more like suicidally overconfident.
That just wouldn't fly within the organised structure of.
Starfleet would never allow it.
Yeah.
You'd be a freelancer. You're like a freelance pilot who's been brought on. A third-party contractor.
Exactly.
Sounds expendable. Do you get to pick which colour shirt you have to wear?
I don't think so. I'll probably be wearing like a cool space leather jacket.
I see. Fair enough.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. What to wear for the stream? I wonder if I've got anything in a Star Trek sort of colour.
Yeah, we'll go through the wardrobes later.
It needs to be a big, primary colour so that people know what rank you are and whether to respect you or not. Red shirts for all. Did you ever play the Star Trek Online game? That's on Xbox. It might even be on Game Pass, actually.
I never did play that, no.
Like, not bad. The spaceship combat's terrible, but the running around and exploring and being a Star Trek is really good. So,
being a Star Trek.
I played Star Trek VR.
Yeah, it was amazing. Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Oh my god!
If you haven't watched the video on Outside Extra, there is a very funny video, if I may say so, of us all playing the Star Trek VR game, Star Trek Bridge Crew. It's pretty moving.
It was brilliant.
Yeah. Maybe we'll find a link. I'll pop it in the chat, and people can watch it later.
I cried inside my VR headset because I was laughing so hard. That's how good it was. That was really good fun. I really desperately want to play a bit more of it because they added it to the Oculus Quest. So you can play it completely untethered from a kind of PC and stuff. And I've got a few buddies who have an Oculus Quest as well. So I think we're probably going to try and get together and be a bridge crew.
Put the link in the chat so everyone can look at it.
Nice. What else we got? Austin Awkward Ninja says, thanks for streaming this weird time. Switched from 2 jobs to working 1 from home. School continues too. Thanks again as we adjust to the new normal. Yeah, it is sort of a new normal, isn't it, really? don't really know when this is all going to end. So yeah, just got to look after each other. Exhumed leaves a little cool sticker. It's like it's some sort of blobby character. That's great. And Christopher Dong donates very generously and says, "Hey all, keep up the great work. Looking forward to checking out the stream later. As an Asian American physician, please try not to resort to xenophobia in these trying times. I've been seeing more and more of it." Yeah, I've noticed a bit of this.
Don't resort to xenophobia at all. That's not helpful.
Don't ever resort to xenophobia, but also don't do it now as well.
Yeah, yeah, good point. But yeah, I mean, this is clearly a global issue. We're all in this together. We're all going to look after each other. It doesn't matter where you're from or what you're up to. Oops, I've got a little thing.
And also, thank you for your service as a phisian.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
Good
job.
Thank
you to people. So yes.
Everyone just be cool, all right?
Yeah. Everyone's in a difficult spot right now. So.
Andy says, "Be cool."
Yeah.
Be cool, everyone.
Yeah, or else.
Why can't you just be cool?
Don't make me come out there.
Because we're not allowed.
I'll do it.
Timu Pulkinen says, "Andy, have you played Hard West? It's good." Is Hard West
I have not. What is it? It sounds good. It's got the word West in it. I'm in. I'm all in. I'm all in on Hard West.
Firelock is a new member. Welcome. John Sanskar says, "Andy, I'll take tarantulas over cougars in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh my god. Tell me about it. Just the worst, those blindsiding SOBs.
How about we do some comments from our YouTube videos?
We should probably do that.
Do some of those.
Right.
Let's impose some structure on this thing.
Which video do you want to talk about?
So the first video was the video about cheating, right?
They're harsh but funny punishments for cheating in games. Yeah.
So I've got a comment from Andy McP here that says, "Every anti-cheating punishment should try to be like a Twilight Zone ending. The Titanfall one is the best. Looked out the left of my Titan to see a gremlin pulling up wires." Yeah. So that Titanfall thing was really, really cool. I like they were so overt about it. Like, you can cheat, but you will be playing against other cheaters, and you'll get to see whether your aimbot is better than the aimbot the other cheaters have.
Yeah, the Wimbledon of aimbots, I think is the phrase
kind of like,
they use.
like Wishmaster ironic punishment.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it says so. Yeah, whatever you're trying to do, they kind of either it works too well and it's bad, or the opposite. So, yeah, if you've got like an aimbot that always gets headshots, it shoots everyone's head and then your own head.
Ooh.
What about that?
Or it shoots everyone in the head so good that they don't respawn and then you're just stuck alone in a deathmatch.
Yeah.
They remade the Twilight Zone recently, right? Jordan Peele did it.
They did. It's really hard to watch in the UK.
Basically
like, it didn't come out on a network.
Yeah.
In the UK, incredibly. Yeah.
So we will never know if there was a Titanfall episode.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Consider, if you will, Elite Snipes X1XX. He loves getting headshots, but the last headshot he'll ever get will happen today. The Twilight Zone.
Very nice. The other comment on this video was, "What? No Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening? How could you be such a thief as to rob me of that pleasure?" What's this reference to, Andy?
This is a reference to in Link's Awakening. If you steal something from the shop,
right,
the game changes your name in the game to Thief in all caps for the rest of the game.
From Bumface, which is what it normally is when I play Zelda.
Andy, which it is. It's the default name, Andy.
Do me a favour. Thief's much better than Bumface.
No, I think that's a really effective punishment. It's not particularly funny, but it's very effective because you have to go through the entire rest of the game with everyone calling you thief. And it's bad. It makes you feel bad. It makes you feel bad for your crimes. What makes you feel worse is if you go back into the shop and you get hit with a giant laser and die instantly. So that is also bad. But the thief thing is worse emotionally.
Maybe we should do a video on like the most excessive uses of force by shopkeepers. You remember the one in Spelunky?
Yeah.
Like he would go ballistic.
Yeah. Yeah. You damaged his property.
Or like coming out at some point. I've sort of forgot.
Or maybe like in Skyrim when you steal something and suddenly everyone in the entire universe knows that you stole something.
Yeah, exactly. And guards from like 6 towns over are all converging.
Stop, criminal.
Yeah.
And then pay with your blood. Yeah. So the other video one of the other videos that we did was you guys played Resident Evil 3's demo.
Oh yeah, we did. We played the hell out of it.
Yeah,
we did the demo.
And we've got a comment here from Cooper Jojo, who says, anyone else noticed in the raided shop locked by a chain, pretty much the only item not looted is toilet paper. This game has no idea what truly happens during a pandemic. Yes. Yeah.
I think there was probably no time in in the Raccoon City outbreak. Was there really time to stockpile stuff?
Well, the shop had been looted. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. But they didn't pick up the toilet paper.
I think probably they were all trying to get out of town.
Yeah, if you're like smashing and grabbing, toilet rolls are like quite cumbersome.
Bulky.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be self-isolating if like the streets were thronged with zombies. I'd probably be trying to get out of town.
That's true. It's a different sort of priority list, isn't it?
There is a relevant comment in the live chat here from Exhumed, who said, did people panic buy loo rolls in the UK too, or was that just Australians?
No. There as well.
Everywhere.
Yeah. I thought it was a weird response, but then I've never lived through anything even slightly like this before. Sort of like scaled up panic buying, and it starts with the toilet roll and then ends up with food sort of later on.
I think it's that no one wants to run out of toilet paper, understandably, and then they, overbuy it, and then other people see that it's running out, so they overbuy it. And I think toilet paper is the most visible because there are aisles and aisles and aisles of things you can buy to eat, but only one small section of an aisle of things you can buy to wipe yourself.
Yeah.
So
it's a fair point. Yeah.
Yep. Welcome to the show of the week, everyone.
Yeah. What's the next comment about the Resident Evil? Which is, can I just point out what's really important? Gas for $1.06. Yeah, good point. But I guess
that was back in.
It's set in 1998.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
There you go. There's your historically accurate gas prices.
Yeah.
I think they should lean into it more in the Resident Evil 3 remake. I think there should be like the Spice Girls on every radio. Jill should be wearing like those big baggy jeans with like a wallet chain.
That should be an unlockable outfit for Jill, like 90s, and the little crop top and the big baggy jeans.
And she should have like spiky bangs that have been like gelled. Yeah.
Or like Bjork buns.
Oh yeah, Bjork buns, like huge like JCNO jeans. Just a completely impractical, terrible outfit.
I was about to say that I'm ready for 90s to make a comeback, but I don't think I am anymore.
Oh, they made a comeback ages ago.
Then you remembered what the 90s were like.
Okay, so one of the other videos that we're going to talk about wasn't on our channel, but was on Outside Extra, because it was the latest episode of the Oxventure. But we like to chat about it as well. So, Martha06 says, if memory serves, last time the gang was at a fancy party, Egbert ended up in deep conversation while sitting in a fancy chair within a fancy room drinking, while Corazon and Dob caused chaos elsewhere.
Hey.
I'm seeing a pattern forming.
Yeah,
Egbert's got the right idea. Wisdom -1, but party smarts +10, probably.
Egbert's made his own stat. He created his own specific stat.
Drawn
Party
it in
smarts.
crayon on his character sheet.
Aww.
someone was having a go at me in the comments because the stock image of a glass of brandy I used had ice cubes in it, and they were like, "Why is Egbert drinking brandy with ice cubes in it?" So
it's what the stock image
with ice cubes in it.
I guess maybe it was whiskey and it just in a brandy glass. I don't know. Adobe Stock, sort out your brandy images. Yeah.
I feel like that's something Egbert might do though, to like seem suave, like request it on the rock.
Maybe it's to stop it's to stop the brandy igniting with his flame breath. Maybe.
There you go.
And then he'd drink the finger bowl and like ask
for
food warmed up and all this stuff.
Faux pas. Terrible faux pas.
I'm terribly sorry, Gasson, but this soup is cold.
Yeah. But yeah, Egbert's basically just having his own separate adventure to everyone else.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean,
we'll find out how that ends for both him and everyone else
on Friday.
Friday on Outside Xbox.
Yeah, the next episode will be Egbert Diaries.
I'm going to go ahead and say it doesn't end probably the way you're expecting.
Well, that's part of the fun, isn't it? And we will all be in the chat, I'm sure, when it premieres at 5 p.m, I think, on Friday on Outside Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
We'll all be there for the premiere.
That's right.
It was really good fun last time, hanging out with you guys and, hanging out in the chat. treating it a bit like a live stream as well. So I think we all need a bit of community right now. So yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there in the chat and hope to see you there as well. Okay, final comment from YouTube videos. Sean Stallard says, royalty-free music is music that has not been heard by or funded by kings and queens.
Yep. So Johnny said we were listening to the finest royalty-free music.
Yeah.
But obviously in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, that means music that has not been commissioned by the Crown. I just like that comment. I thought it was good. But yeah, we had a whole bunch of YouTube audio libraries got way better in terms of its royalty-free string quartet.
Yeah, you had Lord of the Dance, that one.
Well, Simple Gifts, which is a different song technically.
Oh,
But
okay.
I don't want to get into it.
All right, fine.
Don't know. No, it was good. It sounded really. It did sound like a very, very posh soiree.
Classy soiree. It's the sound. You've got to create the soundscape.
Yeah,
It's good.
That's Andy's wall of sound.
Yeah.
It was good. It's good. I felt like I was at a party when I was watching it. It was good. I should have cracked open the brandy on the rocks.
There's a comment here from Cthulhu Thagan, who says you do not drink brandy without ice. So that's a new one on me.
I thought brandy was supposed to be like room temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's different tastes.
You get those things for like warming it, right? With like a little candle and stuff.
I thought that's what you did with your hands.
Different,
You're like warming it with your body
different
and things.
Yeah.
Well, what do I know? Carl Ramrod donates very generously and says, share the weekend are the highlights of my week. With everything happening in the world, I'm so happy that you're all able to diversify your content. Keep bringing us content. Thank you for being so awesome. Well, thank you for sticking with us. It would be... It's obviously been a change. I think that's fairly clear. And it would be easy to sort of not be into that. But and it's fine if you aren't into it. But if you're here and you're enjoying it, we're happy to continue making it for you. Kat Taylor, member. Hannah Milligan says, D&D themed quarantine. Jane, please don't mix gin and beer.
It's good advice.
Pretty sure the saying is like gin and beer and you're in the clear, right? Gin and beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes. You should do it. It'll be fine.
Rolling down the street, smoking.
Put beer than gin, and you'll do yourself in.
Yeah, there you go. That's the saying. Saul Reed is in the comments.
Hey, Saul.
And says, my quarantine is very busy as a baker. I'm running on my 10th full shift in a row with 13 more left. Got to make sure people are fed. Yeah.
Crikey.
That is
very important work, keeping people fed, definitely.
Yeah. And with the sort of supermarkets sometimes unreliable for food and stuff, like I've been to the baker to get bread from there because you know that they're sort of making it as the day goes on and things, rather than just receiving a delivery in the morning and it getting stripped from the shelves immediately. So thank you, Saul, for doing your part. Scoop Moose says, will you all be getting matching chairs in your home to flawlessly edit together your normal list features? So what we all need to get the same list
red chair
and replicate the shot. I wish my house was big enough to do a full studio shot that we could chop in.
Yeah, but what if we could find a photograph of the red chair, we could sort of green screen it in behind us.
Yeah.
Like here.
Right. And then if you do like a wall sit or a sort of air squat. Like,
yeah.
And just do your bits like that. Probably what's going to happen is that we're going to go to voiceover only lists for the duration.
But you're seeing a lot more of our faces in live streams than you were previously, so
it balances
if you like our faces, you get to see a bit more of that. But yeah, for the moment, I think VO only lists. We've been writing them. We're still going to make them, but they will be VO only for the moment. Certainly. So that's the answer to that question. Michael McClellan says, "Are you upset for not getting Pirate WrestleMania?" Yeah. How about you, Andy?
Yeah, although, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. So, Jane, for your edification here.
Explain, please.
WrestleMania was going to be in Tampa, and the theme of it was basically pirates this year. All the graphics were pirate stuff.
It looks
very cool.
It's obviously been not cancelled, but they've had to like scale it down. So part of it it's happening over 2 nights now. Part of it's happening in the Performance Center. I think AJ Styles and Undertaker they're having something called a boneyard match, which I think means they're going to fight in a graveyard.
I would have picked a different name, but
I think they should just all, because they can only have like 5 people together at once, so they should just do all gimmick matches in like weird places.
Yeah.
Like Yeah.
Should be
Is it not pirate themed anymore?
I don't think so. No. So they should have the grave. It should be like a fighting game. They should have like the graveyard, and then they should have in a volcano, obviously, and then what are the other fighting game ones? Somewhere in space. Yeah, on a space elevator. All the matches in like crazy locations, like fighting on the wings of a plane, the one in Street Fighter 5. Yeah. So they should do that.
In the toilet roll aisle of the supermarket, like that clip of Steve Austin that was going around.
Yeah, and Booker T. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay, that's the mandated amount of wrestling talk.
Yeah.
We have to stop now.
Your question, Michael McClelland. Jeff Concepcion says, Jane, nothing wrong with gin and tonic. Another simple gin drink I like is gimlet. Just like juice, simple syrup and gin, shaken like a martini.
Ooh, delicious.
Simple syrup and gin.
Sign me up. I think I can make simple syrup. It's just sugar, isn't it?
It's sugar and water, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Done.
Sounds good. I mean, I'm going to be cracking into the scotch, I think, probably. Now that I've run out of beer, it's straight onto the whiskey, I think.
Fair.
Santa de Silva says Han Solo in Star Trek is Tom Paris from Voyager. Who's Tom Paris, Jane?
Tom Paris is the roguish, sexy bad boy of Voyager.
Yeah, that's me. I'm being him.
I refuse to believe there's a roguish, sexy bad boy in a Star Trek.
You got to watch Voyager, man.
I'm going to look at a picture of him now.
Hey, it was a lot.
Whoa. Really?
It was a different time, Andy. It was a different time.
Jeez.
I don't know what you're looking at, but I'm imagining something.
He looks like he plays squash.
Well, it was Starfleet. There's only so much of a bad boy you can be while, under the aegis of Starfleet.
There's no space in Starfleet for rogue bad boys. Everyone's going to
Riker, excuse me, Riker was a teeny tiny bit of a bad boy.
Well, only when he was sitting on a stool. That's it. The rest of the time he was doing his job.
That's as much as they'd let him get away with.
That's how he expressed his roguishness, was not sitting on chairs properly.
Michael Fine says, no bad boy in Star Trek. Have you not heard of Wesley Crusher?
Even I get that reference. Right, what else have we got? Gosh, so many comments. Thank you so much for all your comments, guys. It's really excellent. We have a comment from. Oh, thank you to T's Thrifting Finds for your donation. We've also got T's Thrifting Finds says, Andy, I have an AC Luchador figure for you. Tweet us the code or something, or how does it work? Is it like how do you get figures to people? Is that a thing?
You can post things to people.
That's cool. Yeah, could you post it to Andy? Maybe.
I don't know how it works.
Sounds good though.
You need to put friend codes or something, I think.
Fair enough. Annika Brock says thank you with a little sticker.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Annika.
Metabolic Spore 0 says have some quarantinis and remember if your hands are bleeding then you just haven't washed them enough. Wow.
Oh, my hands are so sore.
So dry.
Castaway DC says, I've been wrestling training since Jan and was due to debut at a charity event on April the 5th. When the show's able to go ahead, is there a move name you'd like me to use? The Castaway DC. Is being a castaway your theme? Is it your gimmick? Something pirate themed, right? In honor of the WrestleMania that never was.
What about the Wilson driver? Because
something like that.
Yeah. Wilson Plex.
Wilson Plex.
Wilson Bomb.
It would have to be a suplex rather than...
I don't know, if you're only 4 months in, are you even doing slams at this point? Or are you just doing forward rolls?
Well, if they're making their debut, they've got to be doing some things, some actual moves.
No.
By the way, good luck with it when it finally arrives. I'm sorry it's been postponed, but keep us posted.
Another comment here from XAS90 says, hey, can you shout out my friend Jake? Me and him are actors, and because of coronavirus, his performance of Mary Poppins got cancelled. So sorry to hear it to you and Jake.
Yeah, that sucks.
Hopefully Mary Poppins will be back on afterwards.
Yeah.
Mary
Poppins is good. That's another.
Chris Holland says, you guys. Thing. Yeah, right. Yeah. Did you? I finally saw the sequel to Mary Poppins recently. It's good, but a bit long. I thought. A bit long.
Okay.
It was like 2. It was like 2.5 hours long.
2.5 hours of wondrous whimsy.
It was all right. Chris Holland says, you guys will have a fiver. J. Eric Barton says, how have you all not played Deadlands, a tabletop RPG with a cowboy western setting and horror themes? Johnny's played a lot of Deadlands.
Johnny recommends Deadlands. We'll play it one day.
We will get there. Yeah.
Play it. Yeah.
Alice from RPS plays Deadlands as well. She was recommending it.
Yeah, it's very good. Cowboys and zombies, right?
The Weird West.
Yeah. The Transit one says, I told Jane yesterday, but I'm trying to tell you all the Venga Boys are on tour in Canada in June.
Yeah, let's go as soon as we can. After all, this is all over, let's all meet in Vancouver and watch the Venga Boys
show. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Schedule.
I'm into it.
Exhume says, would love to see the Oxventure crew play a Monster of the Week system game like a Horror Borealis. A Horror Borealis.
A Horror Borealis at this time of year.
Oh no,
in this part of the
you set him
country.
up.
Localized entirely on this stream.
Yes. Kai Zero Darklight says, my boyfriend's laughing at me because I'm eating breakfast at 2 p.m. Oh well, more French toast and turkey bacon for me, lol.
Oh my god.
Thanks for the content in these trying times.
What a great breakfast.
Toast all day long.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Riposte says, since you guys are kind of homebound, any chance of you giving us a playthrough of all 3 Banner Sagas now that they're on Xbox Game Pass? That sounds significant. I don't know if I have that much free time. But the Banner Saga is supposed to be good, right? Maybe I'll give it a try. It's on
download on Game Pass and have a go. See what you think.
Miss Kilo says, thank you for keeping us entertained during the rough time. I work in hospitals, and this is my reprieve when I get home. Much love and stay safe. You stay safe as well, and thank you for your work in hospitals. That's
good. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, hard work, but definitely necessary.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
And Craig Huber also says, Talk Sports and Ultra, definitely thank you for all your efforts. It's relaxing diversion in these stressful times. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, and to recommend occult pinball games.
Yeah.
Speaking of diversions, I'm gonna take us on one right now.
Go for it. I'm ready. I'm buckled up.
I'm going to talk about what we've got on Outside Xbox coming up later in the week.
Good call.
By which I mean tomorrow and Friday and Saturday. So tomorrow we've got the list feature as usual, and it's going to be on awkward items in your special editions that you'd have to explain to your roommate.
Yes.
Okay. Friday we have got the episode of Oxventure we were talking about, the finale of the current of Oxventure. So that's episode 3 of Exhibition Impossible. Mm-hmm. And then on Saturday, as part of, because you know how this weekend would have been EGX Rezzed?
Yeah.
If EGX Res, that's a London Games Convention, had gone ahead, it would have taken place this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. As part of Res Digital, which is kind of like a substitute makeup online only Res, we're going to be playing Gang Beasts with Outside Extra live on the channel at 5 p.m. UK time, which is in the morning if you're on PST, and in the early afternoon if you're on Eastern Standard Time.
Yep. Sort of to make up for the fact that we can't come and see everyone who was going to be at Res, and I know a lot of people talk about that, but it's obviously outside of our control. But what is within our control is making Gang Beasts happen at 5 p.m. on Saturday UK.
Yeah, Gang Beasts.
Hope to see you there. So let's wrap up with a last sort of handful of comments. Rippersite, Andy, ever gone to the Pirate Festival in Tampa? That sounds amazing.
I've heard about it. It's called like Gasparilla or something, right?
Cool.
Is it like Burning Man but with pirates? What is it?
Gasparilla Pirate Festival. Yeah. Parade and pirate techniques. Oh, I get it. Like pyrotechnics. Yeah, they do like Mardi Gras style parades of pirate stuff, and everyone just has a big pirate time.
That sounds amazing.
I haven't been, but I definitely have to go.
Everything in Tampa used to be pirate themed. Like their American football team is called the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, isn't it? So
so that's why WrestleMania was going to be
pirate themed. Yeah.
Tampa.
I feel like I ought to go to Tampa now just for the piratey stuff.
I'll probably fold it into my next Disney trip.
Yeah, sounds good. Final few comments. Jeremy Rock says, Mike, your House Flipper stream made my OCD really want to play that game for you. I got this, my dude. I got this. Yeah, sorry about that. I am, a little chaotic. But, hopefully it was relatively soothing. Sorry about your OCD. Final X says, I go to work every day, but luckily I'm mostly on my own, IT. So huge shout out to all those heroes who actually interact with people, risking their health and that of their loved ones. You rock. You do rock. That is a good message. Yeah. Hugh Gilbert says, Q is the worst. Introducing the Borg, not cool. Is Q a Star Trek Voyager? It's become very Star Trek Voyager heavy this episode.
Hugh, it pans multiple Star Trek series.
Okay.
He's very, very powerful and quite often not very nice.
Fair enough. Don't be a Q then, Andy. That's my
Don't be a Q.
tip.
Although it's quite fun to be a Q because you're basically all powerful.
Oh, Jeff's back to say Gimlet needs lime juice as well. So
so lime juice, simple syrup, and gin.
yeah. Sesamin says,
I've got lemon juice. Can I get away with lemon juice?
yeah, I think we'll allow it in the circumstances. Sesamin says, these streams give us all a break from isolating. Wanted to let you know it truly is appreciated. Thank you for all you do and stay safe. Yes, stay safe. You too. Tom Sharstein wants to know, Andy, are you practicing your piano?
Yeah, I've got a lot of time for it now. So, although now that I've set up streaming stuff where I usually have the piano, I've had to move the piano.
Play it anymore.
It's a whole thing. Yeah, I'll find some more room for it somewhere.
And final comment, John Sansker, Andy versus Ellen, Hitman 2 Ghost Mode.
Oh, I'm never playing Ghost Mode again. It's fundamentally broken.
Fundamentally brilliant. That's my take on things. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We've run over a little bit, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Thank you, for sticking around, having fun. Keep an eye out on the channel for much more, and on Oxtra as well. They've got a bunch of stuff happening this week.
Check out Luke's video about how to get started in Animal Crossing. There's some good tips in there.
Yeah, super useful.
Yeah.
And they will be doing something to kind of replace Show the Weekend-ish this week, I believe, as well, like a live stream on Friday, something similar to this, maybe. So keep an eye out for that as well. But yeah, don't forget to join us on Saturday for Gang Beasts. It'll be really good fun. It's not, we don't normally do a kind of video on a Saturday, but we're all stuck inside. Why not?
Why not?
Just for you folks.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this.
Yeah. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Yeah. Look after.
Wash your hands. Take care.
Stay at home.
Be cool to each other.
In the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, in the Twilight Zone. All right. Take care then. Bye.
Bye.